It was Tuesday afternoon when Ms. Alara Thompson collected her stack of student essays, the fading sunlight casting long shadows across the quiet classroom. She always kept a small potted fern on her desk, its leaves vibrant, a touch of life amid the grayness of education. But today it seemed to droop slightly. As she began to read, the air shifted. The faint rustle of leaves outside danced with an unsettling whisper, and the familiar scent of chalk and old paper felt heavier somehow, almost stifling. The essays were scattered in disarray, yet one stood out, its cover page marked with the name Jasper Gray, a student known for his quiet demeanor and talent for storytelling. Alara flipped open the page, her eyebrows knitting together as she read. The way Jasper described a dilapidated old house, its creaking floorboards and peeling wallpaper, sent a slight chill down her spine. She had never shared the tale of her grandmother's house with anyone, nor its history of sorrow that lingered like a specter. Something about the details felt too precise, too personal, as if Jasper had wandered through her memories when she wasn't looking. With each word, the classroom grew colder. She rubbed her arms, a faint smell of mildew rising from the pages she held. Yet she couldn't stop reading. Jasper's essay revealed secrets, things she had never voiced, memories of family arguments and distant figures dancing in the dim light of the dying day returned to mind. She glanced out the window. The sky darkened, an ominous gray brewing overhead, the wind howling like a mournful cry. "Where did you hear this?" she murmured to herself, feeling the walls of her classroom close in around her. The fluorescent lights flickered, and she swore she saw a shadow move in the hallway, a dark figure just at the edge of her vision. Heart racing, she refocused on Jasper's writing, her hands trembling slightly. The essay unfolded revelations about a hidden family curse that should have remained buried in her childhood. Each paragraph drew her deeper into dread. A resonating thud echoed from the center of the room. It felt as though the classroom itself pulsated with a heartbeat unrecognized. She noticed the fern on her desk had dried further, as if wilting with every line she absorbed. And then the final lines coiled around her mind like smoke. Jasper wrote of an ancient ritual, a tattered cloth, and an expected sacrifice, all of which spoke of her life in unsettling detail. Alara's stomach twisted. She lifted her gaze, meeting the shy, unsettling gaze of Jasper, who had slipped into the room unnoticed. His features were obscured by shadows, yet his lips curled into a knowing smile, one that hinted he understood what she had tried to hide. In that moment, everything collapsed into clarity. The weight of knowledge settled upon her shoulders, like a suffocating blanket. He was a vessel of the past, a connection to an arcane lineage she had fought desperately to forget. Trembling, she dropped the essay, the page fluttering to the ground as candle wax dripped ominously from a nearby holder, casting long, haunting shadows around them. "Jasper, how do you know this?" He stepped closer, the air around him cold. "Some stories want to be told, Miss Thompson. They always find a way." Alara staggered back, understanding flooding her like ice water. She could try to escape the shadows of her family's history, but Jasper represented the inevitable truth. The curse would continue, entwined with her blood, as long as the words endured. As she fled the room, she knew she could no longer hide from her past. She had become part of a narrative longer than her own, unraveling in the flickering glow of candlelight. The bell rang, echoing through the empty corridors, but it felt less like freedom and more like an invitation into the unknown. She left behind the forgotten stories, yet their whispers lingered in the dust, waiting for the next unwitting soul to uncover them.